Hello, I'm Justin Hairston with Eric, the academic,
Hey. Hey.
and we're going to be talking about a whole lot of subjects. He's going to be on his way to the Netherlands in about a week or in a few days.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about travel, and we're going to talk about a whole lot of subjects, anything that's interesting, pretty much. But let me ask Eric, because you've been to how many countries have you been to?
Oh God. Counting. Um, like 11, I think now. 11 or 12 at this point.
11 countries, and you're 21 years old.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
besides the United States, what's your favorite country?
That's a hard question. Um.
United States number one?
Uh. People-wise, like culture-wise, I think America's great.
Yeah.
I think we have like a really, really diverse populace and people from all walks of life. I also think that Americans have a really good sense of like working culture.
Yeah.
But when it comes to some of like the superficial ways the government's ran, I think there's a lot of things that could be done a lot better. My favorite that I've probably been to, and I'm very biased because my family's from there, but it's probably Switzerland.
Nice.
With the mountains and the snow and everything. It's quite a special place, I'd say.
Yeah.
I think if anyone ever gets the chance, they should definitely check it out.
Yeah, I've heard so many great things about Switzerland. So they have the highest, their money is the most valuable?
Yeah, the Swiss franc.
Swiss franc.
Great watches.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm interested.
Yeah.
And I love watches, you know.
Yeah.
That's where Rolex was well, Rolex was started in England, and then the owner...
They're still kind of known as a Swiss watch brand, even
It's
though
made
they
in
weren't started.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Hans Wilsdorf was born and raised in England.
Yeah.
And then he moved to Switzerland. It's interesting. I read all about that.
Interesting.
But so, when's the last time you've been to Switzerland?
I was in Geneva like 2 months ago to see some of my family. Yeah, I was in Geneva about 2 months ago to see some family. So, yeah, it's pretty cool that I have some cousins that skate out there, and they teach a lot of people like snowboarding and stuff. So,
Sweet.
Yeah, it's at least when it comes to living in Europe, that's kind of like my home away from home, I'd say, Switzerland.
Awesome. Okay, so you know what I find fascinating, because everybody's crazy about Swiss watches, and I discovered that before Swiss watches were being made, they were making like grandfather clocks.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense how, and then it's just because if you look at like a mechanical watch, it's kind of just a grandfather clock, just scaled down into like a microscopic scale, you know?
Yeah.
If you look at the engineering behind it. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm really not surprised by that. Yeah, I will say, at least when it comes to like the world of watches, I also have like a soft spot for the Japanese, like Grand Seiko and everything.
Yeah.
I think that's,
Yeah.
I think especially when it comes to like looking good while not, emptying your pockets to look good, I think that the Japanese are probably along kind of that more line, whereas the Swiss are more on like that extravagance and just complication and very, very small margin of error, and kind of more like antiquity pieces. But yeah, I think the art culture in Switzerland is really good. I think the main important thing is, at least for me, is it really has a good sense of nature. Like there's, and the Swiss are the type where instead of building a highway over a mountain, they'd build one through a mountain just to protect a tree or something.
Really?
Yeah. So I think when it comes to, I guess, kind of more of the aspects of life I enjoy, Switzerland has the most of it.
Okay.
Or at least that I've seen, and I'm very biased when I say this.
No. Everyone is impressed by Switzerland, the Swiss Alps, it's the mountainous region.
Yeah.
But I think the popularity would be the watches.
Yeah. Switzerland is, I think, at least globally recognized for, I'd say, neutrality is probably the most important thing, and I think also globally, because neutrality, they don't get into any wars. They don't. They sanctioned Russia for the war in Ukraine.
Okay.
But they kind of position themselves on the world stage as a forum for a lot of collaborators in different countries to collaborate on. So I think that's probably one of the most important things about Swiss culture. It's also one of the only direct democracies in the world. So like in the US or many other countries within Europe,
Yeah.
to be able to vote on a law, you vote someone to do that for you. But in Switzerland, there's still a very robust mechanic where people vote directly yes or no on a law instead of delegating it to a congressperson.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think at least when I think of like the general populace thinking about Switzerland, I think it's mainly probably those two elements, and then Swiss chocolate, and then watches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I like Lindor chocolate.
Yeah, yeah. Lindor is pretty nice.
Yeah. So, and they have Swiss cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So is it like a big? Are they a bigger cheeseheads than Wisconsin people?
Oh, for sure, for sure.